If you're not tracking your trades, you're better off just trading blindfolded. Again, if you're not tracking your trades, you're better off just trading blindfolded. Okay. Because this reason is the reason why most traders are stuck. And I know because I was one of them. Okay, so when it comes to tracking your trades, there are two ways that I personally do it, and I'm going to go over that. So first, you see this app right here. This is the Notion app. Now, I only use Apple products, so I'm not sure if you're able to get it on other, Android or whatever else you use. But I know for a fact that you can get it on, your phone. If you use Apple, your phone, your iPad, laptop, whatever the case may be there. But so clicking on that, so this right here is what my trade journal looks like. So first, as you can see here, it has the date, it has the pair that I'm trading, it has the amount of trades that I've taken, the type, long or short, which is buy or sell, how many contracts, did I follow my rules or not, what type of setup. Exit logic is how did I, exited trade, stop loss, did I manually pull out, TP, net P&L, profit and loss, risk to reward, trade report, and notes. Okay, so let's go over this. So this is the top of the year. January 23rd is when I started this exact trade journal. But this is also when I became fed up with myself, that is. And I say that because, okay, so January 23rd, trading gold, okay, the number of trades, 4 buy, 2 contracts. But this here, right here, rules followed. This column here is probably the most important column because if you're being honest with yourself, because that's the whole goal. If you're being honest with yourself, saying if you followed your rules or not, it really helps you emotionally to see if you're just taking BS trades or if you're actually taking, good setups and maybe just the market just against you, whatever the case may be. But column right here where it says rules follow, I feel like it's really important. But anyways, as you can see, it says no. Setup, I guess I didn't have a name, but it hit stop loss. And I lost $1,000, $1,029. I lost that, and I actually lost the account. Like I think I was trading the account. I think with Top Step or whatever, but I lost that account, and then I just lost it because I'm thinking to myself, like, after all of this time, why, am I not being profitable the way I want to be? So that was just it for me. But so you got the trade report here, and the trade report is just a screenshot of the trade that you've taken here or whatever. So yeah, you look over here. I got in this little vertical line right here is where I got in at, and my stop loss. I took my stop loss here. You see this next candle here is what took me out. All right. And then on notes, this is what it says on the notes. Must wait for strong engulfing to close before entry. That is a part of my rules. Like I have my rules already written down, and that's why, I have that area where it says, did I follow my rules or not? Because I already got that, locked in stone. And as you can see, I did not wait for the candle close because this is the bullish candle right here. Must wait for engulfing candle to close. If I would have waited here, gotten in here and taken it below this, you see it never came below this candle here. So after that, started back trading February 4th because again, we got the date. You have the pair, all of this information here. Follow my rules here. I exited out myself. That's why it says manually for 486. Again, got the screenshot here. And it says new challenge took a one-on-one because there was a resistance level. And as you can see, this is what the 3rd day pass challenge, and etc. etc. The 4th, the 5th, the 6th. So not only was this when I started a new challenge, but this is also when I started the channel. My channel right now is because I needed something to, hold me accountable, for the things that I was doing, especially something as simple as following my rules or not. But anyways, this is what my journal looks like. So yeah. Now I want to get into how do I set this up. All right. So, okay. Now, Notion is a little bit tech savvy. And I say that because you kind of got to play with it a little bit. And I mean, it can be a little bit time consuming, like just to set it up, or it may not be, depending on the person. But yeah. So anyways, I want to get into how to set this up. Okay. So when you come here, you'll see something that says add new. Go to add new. You see where it says empty database. Click empty database. Okay. This is going to pop up. Just click over here, like to the side. Just click away from it, or whatever the case, right? Now this is on my iPad, so that's why you keep seeing the keyboard pop up. But now you have this table. You see this table here. Okay. Now you can, name your table, add icons, cover, description, make it look however you want it to look or whatever. You just play around with it. But the important parts, you see where it says name, you'll click name here. And this is where, say you want this to be your pair. This is where you want to put your pair in. Okay, so you'll put that there. This where it says the AA right here, this is where you can choose different icons. You can choose whatever icons you want. You can do whatever, however you want using all of this. Again, you can just play with it. So once you decide all of this, again, I just click over to the side here so that can go away. So then you have add property. You're going to go to add property, and this is where you put in those extra boxes. Okay, so say you want to put the date in here. Now once you do that, you see this space right here, like clicking below. Once you click below, when this pops up right here. Me personally, I like to go and press the back button. I like to do that because once I press the back button, then look, now you have its own separate box right here. Then I click the box, click the date, and then whatever date, however you want to do it, and boom, again, click off to the side. Okay, now we got the date. Now we have the pair. Say we want to name the pair, whatever pair we're doing. You have gold, the date, and then go to add property again. Now say you want this to be however many contracts. Okay, you got the number. Click number right here. Well, again, it's extra stuff just popping up because what I'm on the iPad. But where it says number, this is where you edit and just put contracts. Okay, and then again, just click off to the side. Now you have contracts. And then now, I don't know, we got in for 2 contracts. And then you keep adding whatever you want to add. Okay. Then you have something like this, select. Now, select is, say you want it to be your type of, if it was for a stop loss or take profit or something, you would type in TP. You see where it says create TP, right? And then click it again, and right next to TP right here, then you'll put stop loss, and then you'll press create stop loss. So now you're able to do TP or stop loss. Okay, now if you want to edit that, you see these 3 lines right here, and you can, make it whatever color you want to make it into. And now your TP is green. So this, you just keep going. You add whatever it is that you want to add, customize it to you and how you do things. Okay. And if you want a whole new box up under that, click new page. New page, this screen pops up, click the back button. And then now you have all of these on here. Say boom, contracts, I don't know, for the date, this was tomorrow, I don't know, pair, whatever. So that's it, really. Again, you're a new page because you got a new column. You click the back button, and then you just keep going. Okay, add property if you want to add some extra stuff. I don't know, URL if you want to post. Oh, I clicked email, but by mistake. But whatever, it's the same thing. Okay, then you're gonna edit email into whatever. So again, you just play around with it, customize it to however you want it to be, and also you can write this down. You don't have to use this app. You don't have to do none of that. Just write it down on some pen and paper. Okay. Again, this is what it looks like here. I have the date, have the pair, have the number of trades. Okay, the type, long or short, contracts, rules followed, boom. So, yeah. Now, another way that I track my trades, and this is what I'm doing currently. I'm doing this currently because I am refining my strategy or whatever, just updating it a little bit. But this right here is GoodNotes, okay? I am an iPad girly, so I use all the apps, all right? The organization apps and all of that, okay? This is what I'm actively doing. This is how I'm actively tracking my trades. Well, this is me backtesting, that is. So if we zoom in and we look over here in this area right here, this right here is let's say my rules on what I'm looking for the day. So, I start at 6 a.m. and I'm marking up the daily high and low. All right. Marking up the previous day and high and low. This is, again, what I'm following. The hour, look for any zones such as supply and demand or fair value gaps. Mark midnight open candle. And then I ask these questions to myself. Did price take out agents high or low? Did price open below or above midnight candle? Open candle, whatever. Right? And then I have some tips for me. When price opens below, looking for buys. When it opens above, looking for sales. What is the daily doing? That determines our daily bias for the day. These are all just notes to myself. And now when I'm back testing, or even actively taking a trade, depends on what's going on. But when I'm back testing for sure, this is what I'm doing. So as I'm going through the trade, I'm writing down exactly what I see. So this says daily is bullish. Okay. 1 hour price took out agents low during London 1 a.m. Because again, I asked myself these questions or answer those. Price opened below midnight. Price then took out agents high at 6 a.m. And then 15-minute price at a current daily high resistance. So I'm writing down what I see at this moment, and then I'll be writing down what I'm looking for. Okay, again, you see I leave myself tips. Knowing daily bias is key. Another tip down here. Even though price was bearish, the rejection of higher time frame demand and daily support said a lot. Okay, that's for that right there. But if we keep going, 5 minutes, 7:30 a.m. candle, aggressive wick below and above, never breaking 15-minute demand. 1 minute, waited for pullback and break above for entry. And entry at 7:54 a.m. TP 802, second TP 830, which was next zone, previous daily high. So this is how I'm currently tracking my trades right now. So I know exactly what I'm looking for. This is the same thing. Daily is bullish, small bullish candle. Previous two candles were bullish, an hour demand below. So I'm really just jotting down exactly what I'm seeing as I go through it. Consideration, price opened below midnight candle, then came back to test. So we may be heading down, so I just writing down my ideas as I'm going. So I would say that these two ways are just great ways to really track your trades and just your trading journey, period, so yeah. Okay, so with all that being said, start tracking your trades. Okay, write down what you see, write down what you're thinking about as you're trading. Write down how much you made, anything that involves trading, write it down. Okay, because it's good to have something to refer to. I still study my notes. I go back and I study my notes because I will be actively trading and remember, like, I just wrote this down. I wrote this down, so I will have something that I can go back and look at and see if it's doing the same thing. So I kind of know what to expect a little bit. Again, we are not in control of the markets, but in this case, sometimes history repeats itself. And once you have a system going and things like that, and you know how it's supposed to play out, because why? Because you wrote this stuff down, you wrote down your rules, and you're writing down if you followed your rules or not. Okay, because we can't keep blaming the market, saying that the market's taking our money or whatever the case may be, when the whole time you're emotionally trading, you're not following your rules or your system, or you just don't have a system at all. Okay, if you don't even have a system that you have written down, that you have something to follow, then you don't need to be trading. Like, you don't need to be live trading. Okay, you need to be doing what you need to do to get your strategy together, to get your rules set up, so you know what you're looking for when you come in the market. Okay, so tracking your trades, tracking how you feel, how much you made, how much you lost, is the best way to become a better trader. And not just a better trader, a profitable one. Okay, so again, I'm your girl Nisi. All right, I'm just a girl that trades. And with all that being said, I'm out.